I'm Mike, I play drums at Trophy Wives.
I'm Travis, I play bass.
I'm Chris, I play guitar and sing.
I'm Sam, I sing.
I'm Tyler, and I play guitar.
Alright, so I'm gonna start off with like the biggest question. You recently went through like a major lineup change, new vocalist, new guitarist. Was this like a long time coming, or was it something that just kind of happens?
Super quick.
And then part B is like, how have fans received that? But you can answer that.
Chris, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, this is
You're probably the best one.
I'm gonna get volunteered over and over again. Now it's how the finger points. We reached a point with this band where we had asserted to each other that we had bigger ambitions than just doing what we're currently doing. We dream of doing this for our full time. If we could spend every hour of our life on it, we would. That's something that for a long time we saw coming with the old guys might be something that we might have to talk about, but we love those guys. It was something we almost put off for the longest time and tried not to think about, and then when the time came to think about it, we looked around and the answers weren't far away. And honestly, we thought that before the lineup change, we hoped we'd ever reach a point in Trophy Wives where we were as confident as we were before, and now we've reached a point where we feel so much better about what we're doing, and we could have never dreamed that these two guys would have such an impact on us.
Awesome. So I guess, like, you know, how have fans received the news? Were people angry about it? Have people been happy with the new show?
Yeah. The warriors of Facebook.
There were a lot of people that were iffy, messaging us and like they were like, "What are you guys doing?" Jump out. They were like, "What are you guys doing? Like, I need an explanation. Like, you got to tell me more. Like, what's going on? Are you guys There was a lot of, are you guys breaking up? And we were like, no, and we eased all the pain and like we told them what was going on. And I've known Tyler for a long time now, so it was easy for our closest fans to accept the transition. And now that they've seen us for a second time today, I think it's really starting to set in, and everyone's really positive about
I
it.
got lots of positive feedback today.
Yeah, as far as us being the new guys, like Sam and I, everybody's been really accepting and really positive about what's been happening. We've been getting a lot of good feedback from everybody. At our home show was our first show last weekend, and everybody was super pumped about it. Yeah,
Open arms. It was really cool.
It was great. It was nice.
All right, cool. That's really awesome to hear. Do you think the lineup change is going to change Trophy Wives' sound and identity? I mean, of course, naturally some, but do you think it's going to have a huge impact on change?
Yes and no.
I think the only thing that's really changing is just slightly more like mature and like grittier, I guess.
We've heard grittier from our fans a few times, just based off the fact that our vocals blend more similarly, whereas before with our old lineup they kind of were more contrasting.
Yeah.
The maturity just comes from like you just being older writing stuff. I mean, really, that's really all it is. I mean,
I would say that the writing style of Trophy Wives and the process of writing has, as much as this might be a surprise to many, it's not really going to change due to the lineup change. If anything, we've just received a couple of huge assets, a couple of incredible pairs of ears and minds, and I would say that the only thing you can expect from our sound in advancement is advancement. I don't think anybody will hear a missing piece of Trophy Wives, and hopefully they'll just hear a bunch of new pieces of air candy that they like.
Awesome. So your last release was your second EP, One Way Trip to Mars, last year in July 2013. Do you have any new releases planned now with this new lineup, or anything you can share?
Michael, should we tell them about what Dan Freed is doing? Should we tell them about Looking Glass Studios?
Yeah, we can talk about that. I think it's worth talking about. Go ahead, Dennis.
go Mike.
You don't want to? I'll talk about it.
All right. So our buddy Dan Freed. Well, let's just put it this way. He fucking loves us. He's really good to us. He's a good friend of ours, and he's been spending a lot of time just hanging out with us and capturing a lot of video. So what we're working on right now is we played a new song tonight, and we're working on getting that ready for public ears and potentially eyes, if you catch my drift.
Yep. All right.
That is foreshadowing.
I'll leave it at that.
And eyes, so to speak.
All right. I guess you kind of answered this a little bit, but so Chris, you have your own studio, No Boundaries Studio, and you do like a lot. At least in the past, you've done a lot of recording with the studio. How has doing business with your own band, has that like always worked out, or has it led to some clashes in the past? I guess it's a little bit more of
fucking clashes.
So many clashes. Everybody is so hard to get along with. honestly, it's made our process, it's given us a huge advantage over most bands. We have the ability to objectively listen back to our music as we're making it, as opposed to having to throw it all together in a noisy practice space, throw it at a producer and hope they like it, and hope that they don't turn it into something that wasn't anywhere near what you liked. We've been in such control of our sound and our freedom because of that, but it's also reached the point where we need to branch out, we need to go bigger. So, I mean, I would look at us looking into the industry of bands that need to work with producers. I would look at us as an advantageous band as far as hoping that we get, as far as getting what we hope to get out of it, and hoping that our original sound is retained in the final recordings. A lot of bands get disconnected from their roots and stuff when they come to working with industry producers, and we don't see that happening because we were able to come in with a lot better of a hand than most bands are able to play at their first time walking into a big studio. We kind of know the runaround.
Yeah, exactly. That's really neat. I noticed looking around at your stuff, like you have a bunch of really cool merchandise. You have a lot of unique designs, especially playing off like Rhode Island local favorites such as Dells and Paw Socks. I was looking through some of your things. Do you design it all yourself?
Tyler Cost of TC Design is our evil design genius, full of evil glasses and evil tattoos and evil everything. He is an SAC worshiper.
He is the genius.
He touches his MacBook more than he touches his girlfriend.
Wow, that was a good line.
Poor Michelle.
Tyler, we love Tyler. Tyler's been our visionary director since the first day of this band, and I don't think that will be interfered with anywhere along our path. I hope, anyways.
Cool. So you just played on the Ernie Ball stage at the Mansfield, Massachusetts State of Warped Tour. How did that go?
Beautiful.
It was unbelievable. There was such a big turnout. I knew that we knew a lot of people that were going to be at Warped Tour, but let me tell you, when we stepped on that stage, it was incredible. It was the best feeling of my musical career thus far.
When you look out and see 2 years worth of faces that you've sweat over to try to earn, if people remember our name or recognize us when we walk into the venue, it's already a compliment. To actually see out of a busy day, the Devil Wears Prada was playing behind us at the same time. Real Friends was setting up over on the front stage, and like there are bands we would have almost wanted to see as much as we wanted to play, and we still have.
I was like running to state champs.
Yeah.
I like dropped my bass. I was like, I'm out of here, guys. Forget the last
support
song.
was overwhelming.
But,
we had no idea it would do so many things for us.
Cool. So you're still like a very young band, but you're definitely making a name for yourself in the local scene and beyond. Do you have any tips for fellow bands and aspiring artists? You know, what would you say has been like the most helpful advice you've
Take yourself seriously. From the very beginning, realize that every action you do is part of your story, and all the way until the time where you actually stop and consider, wait, can we actually make this dream that we've all had a reality? Is this worth pursuing? You can't look at the mirror and ask yourself that question and regret things that you've done so far. I think bands start taking off and having a good time being a band, and then for the ones that are lucky, you end up in a place where you want to be a lot sooner than you think you're going to. You look around and I mean, we took ourselves really seriously from the beginning and tried to be as professional as possible. We still looked around and saw 100 things we could have been working harder to do over the last 2 years, things we've neglected, and we look around and we hear from people all the time that we're the ones that are staying on top of things. People are always complimenting our diligence, and we look around and see that we could have worked a million times harder. And bands need to be willing to ask for help, and they need to be willing to listen. I think a lot of people ask questions and don't hear the answers, and every answer isn't what you're going to want to hear. And me as a producer and as just a strong-minded person, I hear plenty of things I don't necessarily want to hear, but you have to ask yourself why you're here. And why we're here is to be this band, is to carry it on.
Make friends.
Make friends.
Yeah. Seriously, make friends, because this industry is a beautiful thing. I mean, there are so many people that we're here with today that we just consider friends that, like Chris already hinted at, just people are going to help you. Like, and we're going to learn, and they're going to learn so much along the way. Just take it all in, have an open mind, and make sure, you know, take it seriously. Like Chris said, take it seriously, because it's not easy.
Also, a lot of people forget, just have fun with it. A lot of people tell me they love watching me or whatever. It's because like for that 25-30 minutes, that's what's it's
4
all
hours
about.
of driving, $100 of gas, sweaty, McDonald's, Dalton Winters glaring at us.
Yeah, Dalton Winters is giving us the glare over there.
Riverview over there.
But yeah, while taking it seriously, you have to find a way to have fun.
Yeah.
Always. It's always important. That's life.
Exactly.
That's what we do.
It is true. All right, and I guess I'm just gonna like go on with two more. If you could share the stage with any band, past or present, what would it be?
4 year fucking strong.
We love 4 Years Strong.
Close second, all-time low.
Yeah, close second is all-time low. 4 Years Strong, though, especially just because of we're inspired by them because they grew up in this area and they stuck to their sound for so long, and then they had a little bit of a trip up with their labels and blah blah blah. We don't want to talk about that.
But they're still here.
But they're still here, and they're back to their roots.
Yeah.
And you know they have this uproar of support. They're working with a smaller label, and it's working for them. And that's beautiful. That's the industry we want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Plus, Jake Masuko's the coolest guy in the world. Their drummer's the man. So
yeah, he is.
Alan Day, nicest, most honest guy ever.
If Dan O'Connor would meet us, then we could talk about him, and I would love to.
They're great guys. Great guys.
I guess I'm just gonna wrap it up with something kind of fun. Like, music aside, what are some of your hobbies?
Chellin'.
Yeah,
We have an activity called Chell.
Yeah.
It's actually called NHL 14. And
we're waiting
for
for
updating
15.
ourselves. Yeah.
well, it's only like 2 weeks away, too.
We take our hand-eye coordination very seriously along with our finger speed, so why not trade on an Xbox 360 controller? You know?
Exactly.
Cool. Cool.
I wish I did other things.
We like beers.
Beer. We like beer, and Tyler can't drink beer, but we like beer other than
Well,
that.
I can't either.
Sam likes
Yeah,
fruit punch,
I do
lemonade,
like fruit punch.
Orange juice, I thought.
Apple juice, Sprite.
Whatever
Baby
those
formula.
Mott's boxes are, he likes those. Capri Sun sometimes,
It's okay,
you know,
we'll get you
whatever.
a Happy Meal on the ride home.
All right, yeah, like anything else you'd like to add? Anything you want to tell your fans, tell potential fans?
We love you.
Just stay tuned. We love
Yeah,
you.
staying tuned is true.
We appreciate everybody that stayed together with us so far, and we don't really plan on going anywhere, despite what some people might have thought when they first saw this lineup change. So
That's awesome. All right, well, thank you guys.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.